We can't really go into the water.
No.
So,
We can, but
yeah. Well,
I can't turn the camera on.
yeah. So where are we now?
We're at the Wyoming County YMCA.
Okay, and then you have been the director for...
I have been the branch executive for about a little over 4 years.
Wow, and you were down in Buffalo, you said.
I was.
Prior.
I was with the Buffalo YMCA system for almost 20.
Wow, so, and we'll talk about this on the interview, but did you put in for this, or did they assign you?
Actually, my former boss became the CEO of this association and contacted me and said, what are you doing? I've got this YMCA down in Warsaw, and I'm losing my branch executive who bought a camping ground that's not far away.
Oh, you're kidding.
And I need to give the keys to somebody that I know can run the Y.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about when you get to this level is the stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
So now the pool, we were talking about this just in the conference room there.
Mm-hmm.
So the pool's a big deal.
It is.
I mean, like...
Well, pools, for the most part, are one of the key pieces to what makes the YMCA unique. You have other organizations like Boys and Girls Clubs and JCCs and schools that have them, but the YMCA goes in with a little different philosophy, I think, in that our pools are what you consider therapeutic pools. They're kept at a little higher temperature, 84, 85 degrees.
Okay.
You go into another pool, like a hotel or even a college, they're going to keep it at 80, 81. So the uniqueness to that temperature is that it helps service our seniors, our little munchkins for swim lessons. Mm-hmm. Our lap swimmers hate it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, it's a differentiator versus just a regular Olympic-sized pool or a scholastic, right, or collegiate.
Right.
I don't know if there's a difference with those, but this looks way more functional.
It is, and you'll see, when you go in there, it has two sides to it. There's a regular lap swimming side where they do group exercise classes and lap swimming, but then there's the other side which is called zero depth entry, and what makes it unique is it's kind of like you're walking in on a beach. So there's no stairs. So somebody that has arthritic issues or knee or hip issues, it's much more conducive to.
Well, and I can see it's got the 1 foot depth
Yep.
marker there, so that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
And now, was this built with the facility, or was this an addendum to the building?
No. When they built this place, it was actually it was a group of local bankers. Don Humphrey was probably the lead person, and they said we need a community center in our area. So they thought about a Boys and Girls Club. They thought about a municipal community center, and they kind of landed on a YMCA. So in the early 2000s, they made a plan to build a YMCA here in Warsaw, which, from a unique standpoint, a community of this size would never organically have a Y like this in it. It would not happen because it would be unsustainable, first of all.
Right.
But because they not only raised the money to pay for it and build it, they also set aside about $1.4 million to have an endowment.
Wow.
So that if there was a shortfall in operations, because
they were covered, right?
They were covered, yeah.
But that alone doesn't happen very often. Like, even if you take the risk, generally you're not going to have an endowment sitting to give you that pad.
Right.
So, and that could really, you have a bad year and
yeah,
belly up,
Well, that was this place was built at the almost exact same time as one in West Seneca, and
that's right by my house.
It is.
Yeah.
The Southtowns
Couple
YMCA.
blocks,
Yep.
yeah.
So we opened up around the same time, same amenities, but a little smaller scale. But the big difference between the fiscal side of things is these guys paid for everything through fundraising, through donations, and Buffalo actually did some fundraising, but they had to take the balance of it and run it through financing. So they actually have a mortgage on their facility.
Oh, they do.
So it's, they, from a risk standpoint, they took a significant risk.
Yeah.
Whereas here, if they had done that same thing here, it would not have been wise.
Because of the size of the community, right?
Absolutely.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
And when I first came through, and we'll talk about this in the interview, but this was really, I thought it was a Y, like the Y that we used to have in West Seneca there.
Yeah.
This is a full-fledged modern facility.
Right. Yep.
Now, what we see going on here, this is like a low-impact class going on.
Yeah, this is one of probably about a half a dozen group exercise classes that are driven by staff and volunteers, but they are on a regular basis, so they'll do multiple exercises, taking the benefits of the therapeutic pool as well as the buoyancy from the pool.
There's no one there. You're right. You can feel the air temperature.
Yeah.
You know. It's beautiful in here.
It is.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I mean, you guys have like, there's like a play aspect to this too. You have the slide.
Yeah, you've got the slide, you've got the mushroom, which we turn on when we have family swims and preschool swim and stuff like that.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And the mural's beautiful.
Yeah, the mural is an interesting one. So this is a mural that was done by, I believe, a gentleman out of Perry.
Okay.
That originally, when they built the place, it was just going to be a blank wall, just a painted wall. And they thought, well, what about putting a mural up?
Right.
So they found the guy and the artist, local artist, and did the mural. And then you look up top there, there's a boat. That actually is a painting of the gentleman, Don Humphrey, that I mentioned.
Oh, that's awesome. Do a little sweet. Did a really good job on the mural.
They did a
Beautiful.
fantastic job on it.
And the kids gotta love the slide. I mean,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is like, you're encouraging.
In about an hour, there'll be a bunch of little munchkin preschoolers that come over from the local school, and we do swim lessons for them. So anywhere from 16 to 18 preschoolers with their teachers, assistants, teachers, and then our instructor, and we give them swim lessons, and they'll do that for the next 5 months. So by the time they're actually ready to graduate in June, they'll be swimming like fish.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. You're actually, I think, in a way, like indoctrinating them into the usage of this place.
When you think of the YMCA, you should be thinking aquatics.
Right.
Yeah.
So now that whole wing is basically dedicated to the pool.
Yes.
Right?
Yep,
And then you have a conference room over there. And then are those bikes?
Yeah, these are for our spin bikes, for our spin classes that we have. And actually wheel them down into one of our multi-purpose rooms when they do the
You
class.
do. So okay, so that's a separate like thing
Yep.
here. And so this is basically your admin wing with the pool.
Yeah,
Right?
offices here, and then your front desk area where people check in, members.
Awesome. So the original facility, you said that was built with it.
Oh
right?
yeah, all this
So
was built
everything
at the
was
same
all
time.
at one
Yep, yep. Not all YMCA's had pools, and what they did is those pools were extremely small. I mean, they were not the
were-
things that we have
yeah.
nowadays, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the fact that you can do so much with it.
Yep.
So now, where are we now? We're in your main lobby.
So this is the main lobby. So you're basically at the crossroads of the facility. So shooting down that way, you're getting to your locker rooms that enters into the aquatics area.
Okay.
And then down this section is your wellness area. So this is everything from your cardiovascular machines to free weights to actually another unique part of this facility, which is a big indoor walking track. So if people don't want to be bored to death on a treadmill or something else, they can do a little
Right.
nicer and just do a walking track.
Yeah, the walking track's amazing. I just saw it. I was looking for the bathroom.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
in
look, there it is.
Yeah. So it's okay to walk through here?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now the machines, this technology has changed a lot over the years, right?
It has, actually from anything from the cardiovascular machines to even the free weights machines and what we call selectorized machines, which are those weight stacked machines. We actually just got these in last Wednesday at this time.
Oh, you did?
We did.
So they're brand new.
They are brand new.
And that's part of, I think, people don't realize. I know with my Y, when you first go in it, you're really taken with how modern and how, because, I think the national interpretation is that it's civically funded. We don't understand how the business
Right.
structure of the Y works.
Yeah, and I get that a lot. I mean, I have several friends, some out in Boston that you were mentioning. So we were having a chat years and years ago, and this is probably when I first started in Buffalo, and he said, well, you guys get all your money through state funding and donations. And I'm like, no.
That's what we think.
Right.
Yeah. It's
I
just an
said,
interpretation.
we are a customer service organization. There are grants and stuff like
Sure.
that we do get, but for the most part, I'd say 80 to 85% of where our money comes from is by servicing people, whether it's swim lessons for kids, to preschool, to after-school care, to memberships, to group exercise classes.
Right.
So all of that makes sure that we are trying to stay as up-to-date as possible with the latest equipment,
Because
the
you
latest
have
classes.
to. Yeah,
you have
I mean,
to.
it's part of
Yep.
your business model,
Yep.
right? I mean, and stuff like this, like what is the Green Core? Inner outer thigh machine?
Yes.
I mean, it looks pretty advanced, actually.
It does look advanced.
Yeah.
It's really relatively easy to use, and the instructions are actually listed right there as to what you're working, and then how the device is not only set up, but how they work and what muscles you're actually working.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Because I'm used to the, I grew up with the weight bench. And,
Yes.
This is more
the
advanced.
big universal thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
This is very specific. But the machines are awesome.
Thanks.
It's a really well-appointed room. And then what are we looking at up top here? You have your donors?
This is probably one of our biggest reasons why this Y is successful is, so these are major gift donors to what's called our annual campaign.
Okay.
So one of the key pieces, again, to make us unique is anybody that walks through our doors, if they can't afford the full program fee or the membership fee, they can apply for a scholarship. So that's where all that money goes towards.
You're kidding.
So nobody is denied access to the Y if they have physical. Yeah.
Now, is that just specifically for you? Because you
No, that's been going on in YMCA's probably been since the outset. I actually I got a scholarship when I was a kid down at the Jamestown Y.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I got in there. Yeah.
Do you know that
it's all based on your income and household, and just
I see.
And in this community, not only being rural, but it's lower income.
Sure.
I process probably about between $400 and $500 scholarships a year. So we give out anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 in annual support.
Huge.
It is.
Every year.
Every year.
That's amazing.
That's why this campaign is so important.
Well, do you guys promote that at all? Do people know this?
We do. Actually, we were just talking about it at a board meeting today about the launching of the annual campaign, which typically starts in January and goes through the better part of the spring.
That's such goodwill.
It is. It's what makes the Y unique.
And honestly, you have, and I'll get this on the B-roll, but the machines here are awesome.
Thanks.
And there's a lot of them. You can accommodate a good 40 people probably.
Oh, easily.
60 people.
Yep.
So now the machines, you'll update them as necessary, because I can see you have the classic weight machines, and you have these newer, like the pre-cores that you were just showing me.
Yeah.
And now, are these pre-cores different, body parts? Is that what we're
different exercises. So when we switched these out last Wednesday, we brought in 10 new machines, which actually replaced 13 because of the upgrades to it. You could have one machine doing multiple body parts now, as opposed to multiple machines doing one singular body part.
Well, and one of these machines are expensive.
They are.
Very
are,
expensive.
but it's an investment by us. The way, again, where our endowment works is every year I sit down with the volunteers and we look at, okay, what are the things that we need to do in this building, whether it's equipment to HVAC units to a roof or whatever.
Sure.
And we just try and plan out, okay, how much money are we going to take out of the endowment? What are we going to put it into? What's going to give us our best return on investment?
Right.
The equipment that this stuff replaced was original equipment, so it was 17 years old.
Okay, so you do get you're updating it when it's necessary.
Absolutely.
This isn't, because you got to be careful with your funding.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to answer to people. Like, hey, these look awesome. Give me 3. I can't do that.
No.
Yeah, there's a whole balance here, checks and balances.
Well, I work with my staff primarily, but also the volunteers. Many of the volunteers that sit on my board are members. So they're using this equipment.
Oh, that's okay.
So and we often do surveys. Like when we did this equipment this year, back in the spring, we surveyed all the members and said, "What do you want to see? What is new?" Knowing that this was probably going to be a hot topic, and they confirmed it. So we said, "All right, number one priority is replace this machinery."
Yeah, the fact that they're members is a big deal.
Oh, it's huge.
Because using it's like anything else. You know what I mean? Who knows best?
Right.
The people that are here.
The people that are using it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, and now the walkway up there, you have another room, a basketball court behind this, correct?
Yep.
Let's go there and see.
Sure.
What are your hours?
We're open in the morning at 5:30 and close at 9. And then on weekends we have like 8 to 10 on Sundays and 8 to 4 on Saturdays.
9.
Yeah, 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's where my uncle goes. He's like the first one in. He's a Navy guy. So is it okay to walk in with shoes?
Yep, absolutely.
So this is beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is, and multi-use too. I mean, you can use this for a lot of
Yeah,
functions.
this is used for anything from sports programming to, you can see the net in the back there, which is significantly, I shouldn't say significant, but it's large in this community, is archery and hunting. So this is actually for an archery and clinic.
Let's go check it out.
Sure.
So I don't know anything about that. So it absorbs the impact of the arrow?
Yeah, they put some mats behind it, but these absorb the arrows. The targets actually go in front of it. So these help to capture the
you have the nice
arrows that go a little ways on.
Yeah. I lost another one. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it is. It's a very hunting-oriented community.
It is.
So
It is.
Is that rare for Wise to offer the archery?
I would say in Buffalo, which has 8 or 9 branches, none of them offered archery.
Really? So this
Right.
is the only one. Now, what is the sea change between the one that you were running in Buffalo and this one? Anything? As far as facility-wise? Like,
Well, no, I think amenity-wise, they're very similar.
so they try to, the point of this is to try to have some uniformity too. So if I move from West Seneca to Geneseo, I have the accessibility that I'm used to,
Oh, yeah.
right?
There's pretty much every amenity that you have, say, in the West Seneca location,
Right.
you have here. It's just, again, because of the size of the community, is a little bit smaller.
Right.
So they'll have multiple multi-purpose rooms for group exercise classes
Sure.
and 2 gyms as opposed to 1 gym.
Right.
You still have the same amenities. You
Yeah.
still have it. You still have the pool. You still have the gym. You still have the wellness classes and
Well,
stuff like that.
and I was really surprised. I mean, I'd never been here before. And you turn a corner.
Yeah, I
and you're
know. We're kinda
"This
tucked
is a
away."
But it's a great facility.
Yeah.
You know, you don't expect it for the size of the community.
Right.
But you're pulling from a lot. What's your radius here? Basically.
I mean, it's the statistics will tell you that most of your membership will come within a 5 to 10 mile radius.
It is. So it's like anything else.
Right.
Kind of, right.
Here, we'll pull from further away only because there isn't other opportunities for people.
Gotcha. Yeah, you are kind of the only game in town.
We are from a standpoint of having all these amenities. We
Well-
have competition for
Not
adult
like
stuff,
this.
but not like this.
No, and that's what I think is so beautiful about these. This is a full-fledged gym, pool. The catwalk up here is
Yeah.
tremendous, which we have to go
Yeah.
check out now.
And then the climbing
oh,
wall.
the climbing. Oh my God, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't see the climbing wall. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. I don't remember the one at the Southwestern facility being like this big.
It isn't this big.
It's tiny, right?
Yeah.
It's for kids.
Yeah.
Is this unique?
Theirs is what's called an adventure room. So they built it in. They built a section of one of these.
Dude, that's tall. What is
No.
that? 75, 100 feet?
I would say it's at least 60.
Well, I'm short. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, and that's utilized probably a lot actually.
It gets utilized. We bring in school groups. They'll come in from the local schools
kids
and we'll
gotta
do
love
stuff.
that.
And then we open it up several times a night and during the week.
So you have specific classes.
Yeah,
And it's the best workout. Right?
Oh, it's
hard.
It's hard. Yeah, it's really hard.
People don't realize. Everybody thinks I did it once, and you don't think that you're like, oh, I'm roped, and there's like I can put my foot here. You don't realize the muscles you're using.
Yeah, or not using that you've never used, right?
And honestly, that looks high.
It is high.
It really does. And the way that you have the outcrop. I'll see if I can.
At the very top, yeah.
So that's kind of freaky because you're facing out, not in.
Yeah, you're literally hanging.
That's awesome.
Yeah. This one was made custom to this facility, but I don't think you could probably find this at other YMCA's, either
super
outside or
cool.
inside.
Right.
Yeah. So things that happen in here, like I said, are group exercise classes, sports classes. One of our biggest classes, which is for a growing population, is our senior classes.
Right.
So they come in for what's called the Silver Sneakers class. We'll have anywhere from 50 to 60 individuals
Wow.
in here doing the class. Yeah, it's very popular, fits the needs of the community. And so we do get a lot of work for that. Of course, the after-school programs when they come here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Well, after-school programs come here on 2 specific days. The other days of operations, they're actually at the schools.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
So it's like a satellite outreach.
Yep.
Like for the Y, which
Yep.
is great.
Satellite basis, we have 4 after-school programs in the local schools. So Warsaw, Attica, Letchworth, and Perry. And then we partner with running a universal pre-K program at the Perry, which is for little preschoolers.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as I mentioned before, we do partner with the Warsaw UPK programs
Okay.
for swim lessons over here. We're a Christian organization, but we're founded on the principle of helping individuals grow. So it's every individual, whether it's preschoolers all the way up to seniors.
Right.
And in that middle area is mom and dad with kids.
Yep.
How are they going to stay physically fit? Childcare. So one of the things that we do have here is free childcare during peak times. So
Right.
mornings and evenings, you can come and have your kid go into our kids gym while you go take a group X class, or you go in and use the
Right.
wellness center, or go walk the track.
Yeah, and that's what a couple of my friends do at the Southwestern
Yeah,
facility.
yeah.
I mean, it's huge to
It
offer
is.
that.
It is.
it's just one of those things. Unless you're a member, you don't know.
Right.
And that's the point of us doing this.
This is the kids' gym that I was telling you. So this is
This is
your
awesome.
babysitting. This is comparable to West Seneca, but theirs is probably about 3 times as big.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they gotta love it here, right? You guys having fun? Yeah. This is awesome in here. And this is part. This is part and parcel, like ground floor mission for you guys. With the kids.
It's servicing the entire family.
Yeah, and it's super important. That can't be understated at all.
No, because again, we service everybody, but we have to match the needs of the community. So if the needs of the community are for more senior fitness classes because of a sedentary lifestyle and wanting to stay active and healthy,
right,
then that's what we should be offering. Same thing for the swimming pool or the childcare.
So this walkway, they don't have this at. Do they have this at the South Towns?
Yes,
They do.
they have an indoor running track.
And then what are we looking at as far as like 8th?
So everything up here, this is our indoor walking / running track. You'll have some exercise and stretching areas over here, and then around the other side, there's a couple of other pieces of equipment. What's also kind of neat and unique to this particular track is if you see the paintings and artistry going along here.
Yep.
We are a satellite. What do you call that?
Oh, like I said. Oh, yeah. Because Jacqueline.
Jackie.
So we just did her show 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so that's part of my thing I have to do here today.
Yeah.
'Cause she was like, you have to see the satellite galleries that we have.
Yep. Galleries.
I was telling Sandy from Creekside Fabrics about this. Wyoming County reminds me a lot when I was living in New England. It has like this Vermont grassroots DIY thing happening here.
Yep. And I think you touched on it earlier when you talked about Wyoming County and what makes it unique. One of the things that I did when I first got here 4 years ago is I kind of did a listening tour and just walked around and met with superintendents, municipal folks, and just said, what makes this community unique? What is it about it? I learned quickly that, one, it's a small community.
Right.
Everybody knows everybody, which you have to be careful. It's a double-edged sword.
Yes, it is.
The other one is that it's a very proud and do-it-yourself kind of community.
It is. It's very grassroots.
They don't need your help. I don't need to stay healthy. I can take care of myself.
Right.
And so that's a unique piece about letting everybody know.
Yeah, I think. Now, how do you work with Jackie from the gallery? Does she have discretion over what she brings in here?
Absolutely. And she'll do, like we'll be doing in February, they'll have an elementary kids artistry group that'll post up stuff. They'll have a competition.
Right.
Then they'll have their reception here at the Y,
Okay.
for that day. So it's really we're just hosting. They don't pay anything for the use of the space. Really, it's just another avenue for them to create awareness about themselves.
Yeah. And she was so appreciative that she has these outlets.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. And you know what? What are you going to put there? Why
Right.
not?
Yeah, just a blank space.
Yeah.
Why? It's kind of like the mural in the pool.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And it was perfectly appointed.
Yeah.
Wow, see that rock wall?
I know, I can see it now.
Oh, wait, that's really high. Have you been up to the top?
No way.
No.
No way.
Isn't it funny? Because the one that I was on was probably about 10, 15 feet lower than this.
Yeah.
And even, you know how it is. When you're on a ladder, you just get this distorted sense. Yeah, you start getting vertigo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really tall. Now, you have this. I didn't even notice this before, but since we're up here, is that just cut the room in half?
Yeah, it's a drop screen, so we can do multiple activities on one side or the other.
It's nice. Do you ever do movie nights in here?
We do.
You do?
Actually, if you look out here.
That's funny. Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is called the Rotary Room. This is actually was a seasonal space where those windows and doors are was all open before, and it was not heated. And about a year, probably about 4 years ago, volunteers decided, let's enclose it so we can do more stuff. So there's a batting cage down in there. We do group exercise classes. You can see the little stanchions. They'll be doing a preschool Christmas performance there later on this week. And we do summer camp out of here. We'll do holiday events in terms of like when school is out.
You do.
The kids will come in here and this will be their base.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah,
You know, this place is so large. In West Seneca, we had a Kiwanis Club when I was a kid, and it was that essentially.
Yeah.
But that room is the size of the entire building. You know, so I mean, you can even see. That's why I wanted to come up here too, not only to walk and talk, but I can really, you can see like this is a really enormous facility.
It is.
You know, and how awesome to have. In our weather, you have to have a track like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, so many people, like the running machines are fine, but I think just the motion is
Yes.
important for a lot of people.
Yes.
It's a whole different body.
And not everybody wants to go, and there's not a mall around here to go mall walking. There's not even a
that's
big
right.
box store to go, walking.
Right.
So really, this is the only avenue, I would say, in the entire county that has this kind of amenity for people to use.
Yeah.
And we try to make it as user-friendly as possible.
Now, who's Dorothy G. Humphrey?
Dorothy Humphrey is one of many of the Humphreys, but Dorothy is actually mother of Donald. And in the original campaign to build this place,
You told us downstairs.
Yep, you'll
right?
find multitudes of this particular type of plaque, but you also come over here, it's kind of an interesting little piece. There's this picture that they had done.
Oh, that's awesome. And I'll be able to.
These are all families that were part of the campaign, original members, things of that ilk.
Oh, that's, you know what?
Yeah,
So you
cool.
know what I thought when I walked in. I was just like, well, that's a nice picture, but
Yeah.
you don't realize that's actually the family.
What it is.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
It says it underneath. And you gotta love, like, your ability to grow this and develop this. It's gotta be a lot of fun on a daily basis.
It is. It's always, like, when I was working on the east side of Buffalo, and working in multiple YMCAs in Buffalo, every community I went into, I had to sit with people in the community, sit with volunteers and members,
Right.
and find out what works in this community, what doesn't work in this community. And when I came here, I did the same thing. And that's probably the most enjoyable piece, is when I find out what you're doing,
Right.
or where you're going with what you're doing is going to be beneficial. How you doing, Dave? Is going to be beneficial to the community. And
Yeah.
that's what we're here for. We're here to help people grow in many ways.
It's the mission.
Yeah, it's our mission.
Now, you've been with.
This is a multi-purpose room, but the reason for showing it to you is you mentioned about partnership.
Yes.
We have a strong partnership with Genesee Community College. Their campus is right here.
I see.
So they have, I think, upwards of 20 classrooms, 2 labs, and so this is their Warsaw campus. So when they built this place, it was at the same time that JCC was looking to build, and they happened to connect with each other and said, why build something totally new? Let's just partner with the Y and have them add this on to what they're already planning on building.
And this is a rare partnership, right? In the context of.
Rare in terms of, yeah, I would say a lot of YMCAs. There are other YMCAs that partner with colleges. Olean YMCA partners with Jamestown Community College.
So this is just almost something that the synergy between the two works perfectly together.
Sure.
Right.
I mean, they're developing individuals over there from college-age kids up to adults.
Right.
And
Same mission here.
Same mission.
Right. One's more holistic and one's more educational. Right. But together, it's a strong pairing.
It is.
Right?
It is. We'd love to do it even stronger, but myself and the dean of the campus have a very similar mindset in that your 4 walls are there, our 4 walls are here, but we need to make sure that the pathway between them is as accessible
Seamless,
as possible.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do special rates for them.
I was just going to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, we do special rates. We do actually the chamber, Scott and the chamber, and GCC do a job fair in the spring every year. We host it here in our gym.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
exactly the type of thing I was talking
Yep.
about. Because you can see, like, for a community this size, even the one in West Seneca, when I first moved back and I inquired about joining and I got the tour, I've been gone for 15 years. So I don't even know, when was that? Was that 2000?
2002.
So I was gone just by a couple of years. So I came back and I was like, what is this? And I wish it was there when I was a kid. But I got the tour, and it's a really strong member of the community there.
Yes.
And it becomes this thing. And the people that I know that join that have families, it's way more than just a gym.
Oh.
It becomes a lifestyle center.
We will talk to many members, whether I'm touring them around the facility, new potential members, And one of the questions I'll ask them is, where are you from? Are you from this community? And
Right.
if they say that, and I can say with almost 100% surety, well, when you come in, you'll probably run into somebody you know. And
Right.
that helps from a standpoint, yes, the facility is great, but it's really about the people, the members and the staff. So if I were to go into that group exercise class of 50 to 60 in the Silver Sneakers program, if I went up to a lady and said, Susie, why are you here? She's not going to say, well, I've got a problem with my knee and I need to lose some weight. She's going to say, well, Dave's here and Maria's here and they're friends of mine.
Yep. Yeah. And that's, at the end of the day, I mean, I even think, like, I know in the past when I was living away and we were just making friends, it's kind of odd to join a gym solo.
Oh,
And
yeah.
especially when that's part of the community. It's so deep embedded in
Yes.
the community.
Yeah.
So having your friends here is a huge...
It's a huge perk.
Yeah, and now this room, again, can be divided into different... I see there's a divider wall here.
Yeah, this is affectionately known the Gillen Room. This is named after John Gillen. So this is used for multi-purpose classes, anything from Zumba to yoga to Tai Chi, to birthday parties on the weekends, to family movie nights, things of that ilk. It's multi-purpose.
And now...